Hello, and thank you for joining me on So Stitch Hex. This is another segment of Bibliofancy, and today it is First and Last, a devotional for Hestia. This is actually really cute. It's the Biblioteca Alexandria. I absolutely adore it. It's edited by Terrance P. Ward. It's like an anthology of sorts. I did annotate in this one all of my favorites. One of them is like so good. Okay. So, going through, I will point out some of my favorites because it is just a collection of poems and short stories. There's this adorable little article piece, Musings on Hestia by Merritt Brokaw. That one was really cute. I really liked talking about, just hearing their discussions and the nice citations included. It basically describes Hestia, who she was. It tells her story. So those who don't know Hestia, she's the first and she is the last. She is both because of the children born, she was the first of the Greek gods born, but she was eaten, by her father. So she was eaten. And while she was in the stomach, all the other children were born and eaten. She was the first. And then, out of everyone, she was also the last to come back out. She is the Lady of Flame because she is the Lady of the Hearth. And she's also, her flame is about home, but it is also about transformation. Maybe she is the menopause transformation. The heat of transformation belongs to all: family, job, parents, etc. But yet the hormonal change also forces you to look to yourself more and again. It's looked upon as the oldest and the youngest of the Olympian siblings, as opposed to the Olympian children like Hermes. She is the firstborn to Rhea, but the last disgorged by Kronos. She is the first retiring of the six siblings in, and that she doesn't like conflict, but do not think she is harmless. Fire can burn just as easily as it can warm. So, this is a really good book. I really like the phrasing and a lot of the inclusions. So like, Hestia doesn't really like conflict. She doesn't really like big groups. I actually invoked Hestia into myself for our Letha last year. It was a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed it. It is in Hestia's power both to endorse such claims of authentic belonging to an oikos and to recast those boundaries so that the guest becomes a member of the family, the alien, a citizen. So, and it plays on that idea, like in Greece, like be nice to strangers. And there's this whole cute thing where there's a cute little story in here where somebody was traveling and they came upon this somebody was traveling, someone being Hestia just pops up someone's house and they're really kind to her. They offer her water and a crust of bread, even though it's obvious she doesn't have a lot. The family is obviously like in need themselves. Well, they still give to her. They're still kind to her because they uphold that tradition. They actually do good. Well, when the lady leaves, they go to sleep. They don't know she's asleep, that she left. They thought she was staying the night. They wake up and like everything, all their cabinets are overflowing with food and drink. And they're like, what? And for the rest of their days, they have food and drink because she's just like, you was nice. Here you go. Love it. Okay. And that was just so cute. I love that. I'm like, oh, such a sweet. So there's a couple really good poems in here, if I can find them. I really like the articles, preferably. Then there's also a short story about the idea of the priestesses to Hestia. So it was a Vestal priestess. The idea that because Hestia never took a partner, and being virginal, and then her priestesses would also have to be. And this idea that the head priestess, which would have to keep the fire burning, and if she did, then she would not be doing her job as the priestess. She would not be studying hard enough. She would not be clean and pure. The idea that no one can ever touch her, and if they are unclean, dare not get near her. And it was just this really beautiful story. Let's see. Hestia's Domestic Bliss by Veronica Pamokalian. The Virgin Hestia, the goddess of the hearth, builder of homes, savior of mortgages, immune to lust and all disputes among the gods, the one who keeps Olympus' peace. To live with Hestia for eternity, that was your plea, in the surface perfection of a home with sense of lust and landscapes painted on the walls, to create an illusion. To build the love in a convenient place and manufacture the perfect content with the eroding lies of every day. For Hestia's numbing peace, I will not sacrifice my dream of bliss. My dream, even my dream alone, means more to me than her reality. Securities and certainties of those who share Hestia's flameless bed, for fire is life, and certainty is death. And I found that really pretty. There's songs. Oh, I didn't mention the songs. There are many songs written in here for Hestia. I will not be singing, but it includes the music. So, this is a really good book. I got mine off Amazon, because I love Amazon. I've said it. I'll keep saying it. I love Amazon. It's so great. Okay. This one was Egyptian-esque. Can I pronounce this one? Maybe. We'll see. Darkness Bright by J. Logan. On the dark, cold winter's night, snow is slippery, now ice, luminous light all around has been banished, powered down. The only fire felt was in hearth and home and gentle grin, huddled we round Hestia's flame, ever bright did darkness reign. The ever-present glare now gone, air so silent, still and soft, stars above shone splendidly, gods and heroes plain to see. Prominent among them shone the sinuous serpent Draco, darling dragon, up on high, round the pole star does she fly. Until now I had forgot, great and gorgeous Tiamat, mighty mother torn and shred, made the earth and firmament. Saw her there, I did then see, in the starlight, snow and trees, remnant of Rhea's milk-led, neck to body, tail to head. Ouroboros wrapped round, all the cosmos tail to crown, there for all who crave to spy, on the dark, cold winter's night. Now, I really liked that one. I loved all of this book, to be quite frank. And one of these, The Hearth as Witness by Gary Lind, which I'll read in a moment, giving the idea of divination with shadow, puppetry, and flame. So the idea of setting up your curtain and not using divination with the direct flame, although that would be more relative for Hestia, or using divination with the scrying with the smoke itself. My idea to use shadow puppetry and the movement of something in front of a screen. In front of flame for divination. That was an idea that I had while reading this one, because I made a note with my trusty pink pen. I love writing in pink. If I can't write in pink, it has to be blue or black, but preferably pink. I will write with purple, but it's very rare. Not that I don't love purple, but. The Hearth as Witness by Gary Lind. The soft purr of the cat on the hearth, the slow creak of the rocking chair before the fire, logs shifting as I consume, sense of life burning, the resiny taste of cypress, the snap neck of laurel, the whisper life of grass. I hear the sigh of the human, warmth spreading through old bones. I have watched her always, learning to walk, to talk, to sing, to love, to fly, to birth, to cry, and finally to die. But not today. Today I will keep her safe. If she cannot get up to feed me, I will burn the air itself, just this once, for her. The cat purrs. It is not a sound of joy. He knows his mistress falters. His purr is self-comfort. Blah, blah, blah. He inches closer to me. I feel his need. I cannot save her, so I burn brighter. And he stretches out, emerald eyes closing, the soft kiss of love's glance. As he watches her breathe in and out, her breath as raspy as a wildfire, and unfulfilling as a flame burning on the paper. She stares into the fire. I stare back. We wait. So yeah, this book is really great. It is a devotional for Hestia. So it is a collection of poems, songs, short stories, scholarly articles, and theorizing. People reinventing her, what is the term I'm looking for? Her mythos. Writing new myths for her, because that's how they are created. Their story is to show different parts. They're showing her in here. There's also a couple recipes for like bread and stuff, which yeah, you have to give her stuff first when you work with the Greek. She is the first. You give her the first of your stuff. That's what you do. You don't. Yes, you're working with Persephone. That's cool. Hestia is first. Don't forget. But what would you give her? Because she's not really a drinker, to my understanding. I mean, I'm sure you could give her something. I'm sure she wouldn't be too upset. But I usually just do things like honey or bread. And if I can't do that, then I give flowers and incense, because those are things I like. And it's a sacrifice for me, you know. And if I'm sacrificing something that means something to me and giving it to the gods, then they should appreciate, they should love what I give them. Because it's the idea that you are making the sacrifice. It's a sacrifice to you. Like, they don't necessarily, like, yes, give them things they like. Try to give them things they like, just like when you give things to your friends. But it's also the fact that this is taking something from you. You're still having to give up something. And so the sacrifice will be noted. The sacrifice will be noticed. All right. Thank you for joining me here in this little segment of Bibliofancy here on Sew, Stitch, Hex. Hope to see you next time.